prom, high school formal. What's the other one? Homecoming. Do these words trigger you?
I have fond memories. Mostly.
We were discussing our high school days, and needless to say, we probably would not have found each other. Well, I would have found you attractive. You would have not known that I existed if we had met those days.
We are 5 years apart, so it's weird to also think I was like a senior in high school going to prom when you were in 8th grade. So
yeah, but I also I was just not it. Like I think maybe by like senior year, I was like, oh, okay, I can like try with my style. I don't have to be the quirky one all the time.
I got senior superlative for like best dressed, and I look back and I'm like, that was not it.
Yeah, Ian was
I tried things. I wasn't afraid of trying things, but oof.
By all definitions, you were like the it boy in high school, though. You were like popular. You were popular. You were attractive. You were in the musicals. You were also in all the sports. You had friends. You were in ministry. Like Ian was popular.
And I didn't get into NHS
hot, and
until...
every girl would have crushed on you. I'm going to insert your pictures so they can see.
Gosh, but I wasn't part of the cool crowd though. Like I got along with most people, but I wasn't the like popular sports guy.
But you were definitely like the it guy. Just based on the videos and pictures I've seen, I'm like every girl had a crush on you.
You were the quirky artist, weren't you?
I had like my best friends were all like the boys who were like, well, there's nothing happening here, so we can make fun of her like one of the bros. And then my best girlfriends, like we were all in theater and did art and stuff, so it wasn't like the non-athletes. I was a little athletic in the sense of like I did gymnastics and like I was flexible and did dance, but I wasn't an athlete. And those were all the popular kids.
You did volleyball for a day?
Yeah, for 2 years just for the gym credit.
What was the sport that you did? Softball for a day?
Yeah, softball for a day. I blocked out. I was like, oh, never mind. Like hand-eye coordination? No. So anyway, we were reflecting and we thought this would be a fun episode to go back in time. And I'm talking about early 2000s, 2009, 2014, 2008. Mm-hmm. Think back to the fashion. The what was that thing? The bedazzler. Mm-hmm. Think back to feathers and zebra print and neon pink, Converse and dresses, fedoras and white suits,
scarves, and
we're
all
back,
of that.
Baby.
We're back. Yeah, my high school dances that I attended ranged from 2008 to 2012 because I came back my freshman year of college because I was dating a girl that was a senior in high school.
Mine were what a flex. Mine were 2011 to 2015.
Yeah. So that's a decade ago. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably 2011 to 2013 or 2014.
But we didn't go to the same schools or anything. So like we wouldn't have never
Correct.
seen each other.
Yeah. But yeah, we were reminiscing. We both looked up some old photos. So well, actually, if you guys are watching on YouTube, we'll get to see.
Yeah. We're going to look at our old looks and rank them as in maybe we should do a ranking of like, for the time, give it a ranking because fashion's changed. None of these things are things we'd ever wear, like we'd never think are fashionable today. But maybe like one ranking is like for the time, and then one for like, would you ever wear that again?
Cool, I like it.
Okay,
yeah.
You guys ready?
And we can rank each other's too at times.
All right.
So
welcome to prom, babies.
Welcome to prom. Will you go to prom with me?
Oh yeah.
Creatives, are you struggling to keep up with all your clients' needs? Maybe you feel like you're swimming through emails, DMs, texts, and feel like there's no way to keep communication together. Not to mention keeping track of payments, invoices, contracts, and having to freak out at 2 a.m. because you forgot to email a lead client back. Yikes! My entire workflow shifted when I stopped DIYing my approach and switched to HoneyBook. They are a powerhouse CRM, client relations management tool, if you didn't know, that acts as a coworker you've always needed. HoneyBook helps with invoicing, payment tracking, contracts for every session under the sun, scheduling, lead forms, automations, and streamlining communication to one stop for you. Not to mention your clients will notice the professional difference you bring to the table with the HoneyBook tools. If you're ready ready to step up your business and feel peace of mind with your client's approach, I have an exclusive offer for you. As a thank you for listening to the India and Stuff show, take 50% off your first year of HoneyBook by going to share.honeybook.com/India Jade photo. Or if you're like me and that's way too much to remember, just tap the URL in the show notes. Now back to the show.
Okay, maybe we should do some prom stories too.
Oh, we
'cause
will.
You probably asked some girls to prom.
I got some prom stories.
Okay.
I'm including
Should we
those
start in the beginning? Let's start with your first dance. And we'll do prom, homecoming. We'll do all the dances. But for
Yeah.
simplicity, this episode is titled Prom, like rating our prom.
Prom.
looks.
Yeah, and I actually think I have entirely prom looks.
Okay.
Because I attended 5 proms.
Rub it
I
in.
got invited
Again,
to more at a different
He
school.
was a popular kid. He was a popular kid.
5 proms at just my high school, and you were only allowed to go if you were a junior or senior or invited by a junior or senior.
Every girl wanted your hands around her waist.
Slow dancing.
I mean, I would have. You were hot.
I appreciate that. Hear that, everyone? Was
You were the-
no longer anymore.
You were like Troy Bolton and stuff.
Oh, he was my idol. I wanted to
Good
be
stuff.
him.
Bieber hair?
Yeah. So we'll start my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
I started to get into musical theater. I was in show choir. I was doing all of that and became friends with this girl that was 2 years older than me.
Drama.
And I'm willing to drop names. You're willing to drop some names?
I'll drop names,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's no like bad blood with I
Cool.
think any of the people.
Oh, I have bad blood with one.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
100%.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
freshman year, befriend this. I mean, she was really awesome, and I'd known her for a long time. But Molly Garrett. So Molly, I think it was like her boyfriend dumped her a week before prom, and this was the times of our lives where you have a flip phone and you stay up late at night and you're burning through your minutes because you get only
Ooh.
half the minutes after 10 o'clock
And you
or
have
whatever.
to hit the button 3 times to get to the different.
text,
Yeah.
but texting wasn't even a thing because I got like 50 messages a month sent and received. So if you just
Wow.
replied okay, that counted as one. And so Molly and I, kind of liked each other, but she had just gone through this breakup, just like friends, right? I think I've known her since like preschool, but kind of reconnected in high school. She was a couple years older, and we started calling every night after her breakup. I was helping her through it, and then she's like,
Oh,
this
the
is-
platonic
I know.
male
and
friend
then
who helps you
this
through.
is like the day before prom, and she was on the phone, and she's like, you know what? Do you want to come to prom with me?
Aw. She
And
needed
I
a
was
buddy.
like, yeah, of course. So I talked to my parents. We rented a suit that next day, like pretty much the day of prom.
Nice.
And I'm getting the two confused because I actually went with her senior year as well.
Okay.
And so I went twice with Molly. So that was my freshman and sophomore year. And that's why I was able to go, not as a junior and senior.
But you guys didn't
'cause
date. She just wanted
we
to
never
date.
dated.
You were always the date to
Yeah,
prom.
and
That could be like a rom-com.
my date to prom.
Date to prom.
And
Hallmark.
we were like friends with benefits.
Ew. Not those
but never
benefits.
dated.
Not
Never
those
dated.
benefits. You have to clarify
Yeah,
what
not
those
those
benefits,
benefits.
meant.
Like for me in high school, I was so innocent that was like kissing and holding hands,
Kissing home hands. Yeah.
but not in a relationship,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
was like not allowed. And so she was awesome, but one of the looks, and I can't remember if it was my freshman or my sophomore year. I think it was 2009, so that would have been my sophomore year. This is the second time I'm going to prom with her, and this is the one that I regret the most, probably.
Do you have a picture?
I do have a picture, and we will put it up right
Okay.
here.
Wait, I need to see.
But-
I don't know if I've seen it.
So freshman year, I know she wore, if I have the dates right, like short lime green dress with black and white circles on it. You guys would know the dress. I could probably even find a picture of that.
Oh yeah.
And I think I just wore like a basic suit. I don't really remember what I wore, but I always try to match my date. And what I will say about my photos is it's always the hair.
It's always
The hair did not work for me, and I tried. But I think I regretted my hairstyles the most.
Let's see
But
it.
sophomore year, I've already been to prom with her once. Me and the boys are getting picked up in a white limousine. Josh Loveland is part of the group, and he's like in an all white suit. So I decided to go all white suit. I know Molly's dress is this like turquoise color this year. So I get a turquoise vest, decide to get a white fedora, and my mom glues turquoise ribbon on it.
You guys were,
But
like,
I went
crafty.
one step further. And that day of the prom, that morning, my mom talking about early 2000s toys. I think it was called blow pens.
Yeah. Now
and
that you think
would
about it, that's
blow
so
into the
sexual.
pen and it would like spray paint pretty much.
Yeah, I used to have them.
My mom used turquoise on my bangs. So underneath, sticking out from the fedora, I had the Justin Bieber swoosh.
So did you bleach your bang and then?
Nope. But
So
you
just
can
put like
see
paint
it
in it, basically.
pretty much, and you can see it. So I'm all white with turquoise accents everywhere, including my Justin Bieber swoosh bangs.
Let's see it.
Coming out from underneath the fedora.
Show us the pic.
So you'll probably have to pull it up bigger on YouTube.
I will. I'll make sure everyone can see it. Nice and large.
Oh my gosh. And so, well, here's a picture later of the bangs.
Nice. Okay.
So,
I'll put them on the screen.
yeah.
I'll just like edit it in.
But that was like after it started to come out.
Show us the whole look.
Here is the whole look. I have a full body picture too. And actually, the turquoise didn't even match her dress because it was more blue.
What an icon.
But that one was.
Do you feel like you were like
not a
on
good choice.
par with the guys? Like they were all like, "Oh, cool outfit, man!" Like that was the thing.
It kind of was,
like
but I always had to take it a step further.
Well, of course you did.
Like pinstriped white fedora.
You're Ian.
Turquoise bow tie, turquoise pocket square, turquoise vest.
Okay, looking at this, what would you rank this prom look the time?
At the time, so the thing was, this was even a little weird for then. The hair through it.
Like you felt cool though, like you personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the time you were like, I look awesome.
It was like my second prom with her as well, so I was like, I'm gonna be a little goofy because I'm a little weird, and so I was like, I'm gonna lean into it, and I think I leaned in too far. So for the time without the hair. I think
whole look for the time.
I know. So I think the fedora knocked it down because the guys didn't wear fedoras there. So I'd take 2 points off for that. And then the white suit was great. The color turquoise on the white was fine. That's good for the time. But the colored bangs, I think, knocks it another like 2 points. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10 even for the times.
6 out of 10? Okay.
Maybe even lower, like a 5,
I think
9.
at the time, if I saw a guy come to prom like that, I'd be like 10 out of 10. He nailed it.
No, it's
because I'm like, nice.
It's my biggest regret of a look. Like I committed, it didn't work. But the commitment kind of brings it up a point. Yeah. So for the time, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But that was my first 2 years. Went with Molly Garrett. Had a great time. We were allowed to kind of dance with other friends too because we were never dating. But we mostly spent the days together. So what about you?
Okay. First high school dance. Keeping in mind, I was homeschooled until 6th grade. Then 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, went to the school, and then high school. And it's all the same friends. It's like K through 12. Like everyone knows everyone. So it wasn't like I was new. Freshman
Could you
year,
only go to prom junior and senior year?
Yeah, but I'm going to talk first about the winter dances. Should I do prom first?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll do prom first. Whatever.
On our winter homecomings and all that, we normally just wore like jeans and a shirt and tie. Like we didn't dress up that much. That's why those looks aren't as bad. But I was committed to the matching.
Let me start here. Okay, so this is freshman year. We didn't have a football team either, so okay, I know we didn't have anything.
So you couldn't ask the varsity quarterback to prom.
No, not that was the thing. But so our like homecoming was around basketball season. It was like a chill winter dance in like January. So we called what we did in the fall like a fall formal. Mm-hmm. And so fall formal, like anyone in high school could go. And so I was a freshman and I went. And funny story, my friend actually came with the same dress, but I wore it differently.
Yeah, Molly had the same dress as a girl, and it was Molly. It was some drama.
Well, in this one, I think she wore a different one, but then we both wore it again to a different event. Yeah. But anyway, so
should we also rank the dances, like how much fun we had at them, type thing? Because both those first proms were great. Like no drama, just super fun dancing with friends.
We're just talking outfits.
I know, but
you can,
it was fun.
But yeah, so this is my look. Got this at Kohl's. It was like $30 with my mom. I thought I was being unique, and I crisscrossed the straps.
They're supposed to be shoulder straps, right?
If you see the white fuzz, that's the feathers that I hot glued to my dress, and I made my own feather earrings to go with it, mind you. Boom.
Oh gosh, the braces.
I know.
And what is that eye makeup?
It's non-existent. It's green, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
The glued on feathers, you look like what's her face, Babette from Beauty and the Beast.
It was bad for sure. I had fun. I don't really remember a lot of that dance, but I do know since my brother was a senior that year, that was our only dance that we like kind of overlapped.
Could go to at the same time. I didn't go to prom.
Yeah, so it was like our overlap. That was my freshman year. No date because
Who needs a date as a
when
strong, independent woman?
Yeah, and when no one asks you out, and also you look like that.
Ooh.
So that was my freshman year one, and then I'll jump in with my first prom experience because you have more than me, I think. Or wait, I have more dances overall.
I did
to talk about.
5 proms, 3 different girls.
Okay. I did 3 proms and several like homecomings and stuff.
Yeah, my
and
homecomings I
these,
took a lot
high
of different
school,
dates.
Youth group, homeschool dances. Okay, so this is sophomore year, and you could get asked to prom by someone. And so I was the first person in high school that season to get asked. The guy asked me on Valentine's Day. Again, not dating, just like a friend.
But that's what I'm saying is like you had such a fun, big, outgoing personality that like people still were looking at you.
I was crazy. It's a miracle that I still have friends from high school. Okay, so I don't like. Should we block out names for prom? Okay.
You can do whatever you want. I'm going to say all the names. I don't have any bad blood.
Ty, great guy.
I'm dropping all the names. Let me see Ty.
He was in drama with me. Like we did theater together.
Ty. Oh, I love
really
the
nice.
cane.
And on Valentine's Day, he like drew me a picture of a rose and like taped it to my locker and was like, "Will you go to prom with me?"
Couldn't even buy a
we
real
weren't
rose.
Dating. He was just like, I think he just was like getting in early. He's like, I gotta secure my date. So this is my outfit.
You look like a mermaid.
I actually like this dress still. I forgot to rank the other one. It doesn't matter. 0 out of 10. This one I liked. I got this from one of those like free, like you donate your prom dress and then you can go get one the next year. And I love that. I like this dress. It's strapless and it's purple. Which is,
pretty spicy. Pretty spicy for
I like this
Christian homeschooler.
I know. This one.
Do you know what it reminds me of? You know that book about the fish with the silver scale or whatever, the rainbow fish? Kind of look like that fish in a good way. I always like that fish.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the bottom of the dress, for those of you that aren't watching, is kind of this like, how would you describe it? Like, sure.
Like it's ruched.
It's like kind of folded into itself.
Belle's dress. I'll show them. Okay.
I don't know. We have to describe it though for the Spotify listeners.
I would rank this honestly 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. I can see
it's
that.
One of my best looks.
You have the corsage on the wrong hand.
I don't know. He gave me that corsage.
It needs to be on your left hand.
Well, you've taken a million women to prom. You would know. Yeah. So I think this was like a 9 out of 10. Would I wear it again? No, but
for the time though,
I would if I was in a pinch and I needed a dress, and that's the only dress I had.
First red carpet you ever go on, you have to wear that.
No.
Well, you've been on red carpet, so the next one.
Slay. All right, your turn. Next look. Okay. We got to get rolling.
My next look was. This is the story.
Oh no. Is this the drama?
This is junior year, so I'm allowed to go to prom.
The boy high school drama.
I'm allowed to go to prom. Because I'm of age now, so I get to invite someone. Molly had to invite me, but now I get to invite someone. So I liked 2 girls at one time, and our winter formal was coming up, and I couldn't decide who to ask. It was going to be Kelsey or Taylor, and I liked both of them.
Dating anyone.
Not dating any of them.
You just crushed on 2 girls.
And Kelsey was going to go on a family vacation and
were you like texting them all like
yeah,
flirty?
And they both knew that I liked them and the other.
You're like flirting with
I was like,
girls.
yeah.
You're playing the field.
Yeah. And so Kelsey was going to be on a family vacation in like Switzerland or something, skiing over this winter formal. And so I was like, okay, she's going to be gone. So I'll ask Taylor. A blizzard hits and it gets moved to the next week. So Kelsey's actually going to be there. So I still feel obligated to take Taylor. I buy her a necklace. I'm like, I got to commit at this point and ask her to be my girlfriend. So this is like February. And so I asked her to be my girlfriend. She says yes. And prom is in May. So this is like 3 months later. The night before prom, I asked her to go to see Iron Man 2 with me. It just came out.
Movie.
Yeah. And she says, sorry, I can't. I'm busy. Come to find out, while I'm watching that movie, she texts me and breaks up with me the night before prom.
No. So wait, you went to Iron Man 2 without anyone?
Correct. Just by myself. Because I had bought the tickets.
You're like, ticket for one.
And
not even like your mom or anyone wanted to go with
I didn't want to go. I was sad because she didn't want to go with me.
I'm going to watch Tony Stark build this robot without anyone.
And so she breaks up with me.
Okay.
I already had the limo. I already had the suit that matched her dress. I already had the dinner reservations. I had all of that. And so I was like, I get it that you don't want to be together, but I've already paid for all this. Do you still want to go with me? And she says, yes. The reason she wasn't with me at Iron Man was because she was cheating on me with her ex-boyfriend.
Is her real name Taylor? Should we
Yeah.
think this out?
And so I still go to the prom.
Is she like with
pay
him
for
now?
everything.
Okay, we'll get to that. in a
No,
second.
no,
Okay.
she's not.
That'd be funny if you're like, and they're married with
And
kids.
the problem is she wore this pink dress that was like the sides were cut out.
Mhm.
And, you know, she had her spray tan on and all that. And so like, it was like the look for high school.
Oh,
like,
I know. With like a bump it in.
Yeah, she
and
like
the heavy
transferred
eyeliner.
in and she was like the girl, you know, like she was the hot stuff of the high school. And so she showed up looking prettier than ever. And I was like, dang it, it's no longer my girlfriend.
Dang.
You know, we dated for like 3 months. This is like
Why
high
did
school
she still go?
stuff.
Wait, so she was like she
I
cheated
know,
with the
but
guy and then got back
I
with
didn't
him?
know that
Or
she
they
was
just,
with
like-
him that night. But I had a friend that
Oh my gosh.
was neighbors with him and saw her car in the driveway. And then later I asked and she was like, yeah. But
Drama.
I mean, she was nice. I had a crazy home life and stuff, and she was like a mom to her little brother type stuff. Like she was going through it.
I guess you weren't officially dating.
Well, we were dating from February to May, and the prom was in May, and she broke up with me
the day
and
before while she was
conveniently
with
still
someone
kind of
else.
with her ex.
Mm.
And so still go to prom together. We do the dinner, all that, pictures. I wore a pretty decent outfit. She was in this pink dress and I had this like black suit with this gray silver undertones. Like it looked good.
Show me the pic.
I only found pictures from far away because the pre-pictures I didn't want to do with her because she just broke up with me. So I took them with Killian, who was there, Eric Pettit and their dates, who were Sana Kenny and Kayla Harper, who is now Pettit because Eric married Kayla, which is cool.
Okay.
And so
show us the
we
pic.
did the pictures in my parents' living room and I'm alone.
And you're with Killian.
Yeah. So
oh wow.
Again, white suit. It was white suit.
That's a decent look.
Yeah, white suit, silver, but I had the Justin Bieber swoosh again.
Oh yeah. Big swoosh energy.
And then
There's
Eric.
Killian.
That's
Oh
Killian.
my gosh, with the swoosh.
With the swoosh.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
who is he?
so-
And that's Eric Pettit.
Yeah, and Kayla, his
Okay,
now
cool.
wife.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
And so
Most of these people we've only like had FaceTime dates with or something because we got married during COVID, and so I
Mhm.
haven't really met a lot of these.
Yeah. And
A
so
lot of
this
your old
prom
friends.
was awful because I still took her. We get there. And at this point, I didn't know that she had cheated on me. And she never dances with me. And I'm in the corner crying the whole time, trying not to ruin everyone else's prom. And then she leaves early with her ex. And I went up to
Drama.
him and I was like, hey, she's not having a fun
Hey,
time.
back
She
off,
can be your
Buster.
date at prom. Like you can have her and they dance the night away.
Gosh.
The only time I got on the dance floor was one time. I was just heartbroken, right? You know, high school stuff. The only time I got on the dance floor was this girl named Rachel Spain, who was one of my theater buddies, grabbed my hand and was like, you're dancing at least one song. And all my theater friends came up and danced with me for one song. But I felt so badly because I was really trying to hold it together, but I just cried the whole time in the corner and never danced. It was the worst prom ever. And that was my junior year.
So sad.
Yeah. But I think Taylor's doing well. I mean, she seems to be doing really well. And
Taylor, hope
yeah,
you're doing well.
Hope you're doing well.
What
It was a
all the
dark
drama
time for me,
about?
but I was
Fine. We
I
all
was
have-
struggling too. We're all high schoolers.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, she seems to be doing great. I mean, I don't know anything about her really. But that was the worst. The look, 9 out of 10. I thought I looked pretty good.
Oh, I mean, she was a cutie for sure.
Yeah. And
Dang.
you see the sides cut
Oh
out,
yeah,
though,
that's like a look.
and like the low back.
Dang, sorry she cheated on
Mhm.
you.
But look at all the
Buster.
pink dresses.
Yeah.
So there you go.
yeah,
All right.
we
What's
hold
your next
no
one?
judgment to our high
No.
school selves and peers.
None at all. But yeah, her dress was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Wait, what was your look? What do you rank?
A
your
9
look?
out of 10. I looked good
Yeah,
that
you
time.
look good. And you'd wear it
I
again if
had
you
to
had
look
to.
good. Yeah.
Why
the
why
white
the
suit,
white
though.
suit?
I don't know about the white suit. That's what Doc said a
Why
point.
are you always in the white suit?
Because it was different.
It was so different. And
So
this
different.
swooshy Bieber hair.
Yep. Your
Okay,
turn.
so not a prom, but another fall sort of homecoming dance, fall formal dance. However, it's so embarrassing.
You got to do it.
Okay, so I went to a Christian school, and at the same Christian school, like in the same building, on Wednesdays, we would have youth group from the church that was a part of the school. You know what I mean? So at the youth group, people from the school, neighboring schools, like all the local youth would come. And so there was this guy there who was a homeschooler from like a neighboring town. I had a crush on him. The thing is with me in high school, and we've discussed this in length, I had 3 main crushes, and all of the 3 were named Isaac.
And their last name started with an S.
Yes, all of them. And so, which is just weird.
Isaac
I don't
S,
know why.
Isaac S, Isaac S.
Yes. And I only dated one of them, and this was not the one that I dated. So I don't know. So I had a crush on this guy, and I was like, notice me. I know you're older and cooler, and I look disgusting and have acne and braces, and I'm quirky. Notice me.
You're just waiting for your Mia Thermopolis moment.
I'm still waiting.
I still hope you're a princess of something.
I know. So basically, like, we didn't really know each other. We weren't like, we knew each other. We just weren't friends. Like, you know, it wasn't like a natural
You also
thing.
had limited amount of guys to
Oh
like
my
choose
gosh.
from at
There
this
was,
like
like,
private school. So
4
the fact that
4 straight single men.
3 of them were
Christian
Isaac S is pretty wild.
So anyway, at one of these youth groups, I like wait till it's over. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, this dance is coming up. I want to be cool and progressive, even though that was like a sin to say the word progressive. I was like, I'm going to ask this guy out. And so I was like so excited. And I like ran up to him, totally probably catching him off guard because we didn't really know each other.
This is your junior year?
Is this sophomore year? I think this is sophomore year.
Okay.
Of high school. Maybe junior year. I really don't remember. And I basically just run up and I was like, do you want to go to this dance with me? And he was just kind of like standing there in front of everybody. He was just like, sure. Because what else do you do when someone just runs at you?
And he was older?
Yeah, he was older.
So
and
you were asking an older man to a dance.
Yeah, because I was lonely and I read too much Hunger Games and I wanted my own love triangle.
Did you guys ever have the Sadie Hawkins dance where the girls asked the guys?
No, maybe in my brain that was kind of what this was, but I don't remember for sure if that was the prompt. I don't think it was.
Gotcha. We had one of
Maybe
those,
it
but I was
was.
in a
I just can't
relationship, so
remember.
it was really fun to see which girls asked which guys because it was the reverse.
Yeah.
But it's funny if it wasn't, that that's just your personality.
Maybe
to
it was. I
ask
like
him.
really can't remember.
Okay.
It was just, I know it was like a dance it was our school's dance. And so I was asking him into it. Anyway, so needless to say, he says yes because he's a nice dude. And we get ready to go and I'm with my friends and they're all putting on makeup. And also before this, in the summertime, I played the little red-haired girl in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown in the community theater.
Didn't
So
you dye your hair red?
I dyed my hair red, and so it's like
Committed.
ginger, like strawberry blonde, and it was still in my hair because this was only in September or something. So it's like a month after the show, and so I'm like, my friends are getting ready. They're all putting on makeup and everything. They're like, "Are you not putting on makeup?" And I was like, "No, I want to go natural. I just want to show him I'm a natural beauty, and then he'll just fall in love with me." Again, we're not friends. We don't know each other. I'm just like obsessed with this man apparently, and he doesn't know I exist. I was also very into the Hunger Games, and so Effie Trinket's monarch dress was top of my mind. So I got a dress. I think this was from Plato's Closet. I was very excited about it.
Let me see this
It's
thing.
bright orange.
Oh, with the red hair.
With the red hair and no makeup. This is the look.
Oh, when you're doing the...
Slay. Yep. I had no friends.
There's
I thought
frills.
I was so
It's pure
cool.
orange. That also doesn't match your skin tone.
No.
You have 4
I
layers
did-
of pearls with
I
pearls in your
did
hair. The jewelry's nice.
Just get my braces off. So
Okay, teeth look good.
I had that
Teeth
going
look good.
for me. He didn't have anything
Orange.
orange, so we found a
Yeah, no
carnation
crap.
at the like place we're taking pictures. I just like put it in his little pocket. But the rest of the tea is that after the dance, like the next day, like I'm on cloud 9. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna
Did you
be
slow
boyfriend and
dance?
girlfriend. Yeah, but at a very safe distance.
Yeah. Leave room
Um,
for the Holy Spirit.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna date, all this stuff. He IMs me on Facebook and was
wow.
like, hey, I had a great time. Like, thanks so much for inviting me. Just so you know, I've been talking to this girl, Emma, for like several months. And I was actually about to ask her to be my girlfriend. And then you asked me to the dance, so I didn't want to be rude and say no. And now they're married and have 2 kids.
So you almost ruined a future marriage.
I was like
Were
trying
you
to...
heartbroken?
I was heartbroken at the time.
There goes
But
one
I'm
of the
like
3 Isaac S's.
So happy that worked out for them. It was just hilarious because I was like trying so hard to make it work.
He's a good looking dude.
I think I had a crush on him for like 6 months. It wasn't like a random thing, but you know.
Yeah. So what would
So
you rate
funny.
your outfit? Because
Oh.
that one's rough.
Honestly, on the right
It's the
person,
skin tone.
Yeah, like with a different skin tone.
Someone with like
the
a darker skin
outfit
tone
would be so cool on someone. So I would say like for anyone else, like a 7 out of 10
Who
potential.
played Alphaba? What's her name?
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia
yeah,
Erivo
if
would
she
rock
wore
that
that
dress.
slay.
Yeah.
For me,
You with the red hair?
I'm gonna go 2 out of 10.
I would say 3 is my score.
No makeup too.
The no
honey.
braces. The braces getting off helps.
It did.
Yeah, because if you had like orange rubber bands in your teeth to match
it would have been. And I would have matched. I wanted the match.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, next.
That
for
one's
you.
pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
And the fact that the day after he
I know
asked,
the day after, but like, what a gentleman to be like. Even he could have
like,
just been
sure.
like, dude, no, I'm talking to some girl, and I would be like, oh, okay.
Amazing.
Anyway,
Amazing.
crazy.
All right, so we get up to my senior year prom now.
Okay.
And at this point, so Taylor breaks up with me the night before prom in May.
Mm-hmm.
By June or July, it was July. The other girl that I liked at the time, so it was Kelsey and Taylor, and I chose Taylor and we dated for 3 months. A month and a half later, I asked Kelsey to be my girlfriend. Because after Taylor and I break up, her and I start hanging out a lot. And this is my summer before my senior year of high school.
Okay.
And so
This is like your Troy Bolton year.
this is my Troy Bolton year. And so Kelsey and I start dating, and we end up dating for almost 3 years, like into college type stuff. And
She was your high
so
school sweetheart.
she was the one that I should have dated in the first place. Sorry, Taylor. But yeah, I mean, Kelsey was in theater, but we always had trouble with the dress colors and stuff because she's a redhead. And you can't wear the orange. You can't wear. I bought her,
and she's light complected too.
Yeah. And like I bought her. I knew, but I wanted to try and just like see it for myself. I went to Express and surprised her with a dress once when I was in college, and it was coral. You know, kind of that salmony orange.
You were like, let's play a color theory experiment.
And so we tried it, and I took it back and exchanged it for a blue one, and we broke up before I gave it back to her. But it's a whole thing. So now I think Alex Orlowski has that dress, to be honest.
I feel like with like strawberry blondes, sometimes the reds and
she's like
pinks
redhead
work.
though.
But yeah, it's usually like the emerald, green, blue, and
her and her
neutrals.
2 brothers all have like orangish red hair.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so senior year, I asked Kelsey. We were dating at that time, and this one was pretty all right. But again, I didn't like my hair. It was shorter, and I kind of gelled it down spiky. It was kind of the emo phase in a sense. But she wore a red dress with the red hair.
Red dress.
And
Red dress.
I wore, this time I didn't want to go full white suit. So I went black pants, black shirt, red vest, white jacket.
Ooh, you really like the white jacket. You couldn't let it go.
I could not let it go.
Was it the same white jacket every year?
Pinstriped white
Did you
jacket this
own
time.
it?
No, I rented every single thing
Why not just buy the white suit at this point?
I know, I should have. So, thanks, Mom and Dad, for spending $100 per.
renting.
So, red dress.
Okay.
But that's the full look. And the boutonniere kind of matched.
Honestly, her dress is a look.
The black and white striped shoes.
Your
I
look
wore
is
these
good.
shoes multiple years.
I like your look.
Yeah. And so, but the hair, it was almost mullety in the back with the spiky gelled bangs. But yeah, Kelsey and I
Her
went
dress
that
works.
year, and she had the simple
like
jewelry.
you guys look good together. Her dress
Yeah.
works. I would give her dress like overall still like an 8 out of 10. Like I could see someone wearing that on the red
This is one of our
carpet today.
homecomings. It's like the
Oh,
matching,
nice.
the white suspenders, pink tie. Like I was obsessed with
And your
matching
look
the
is
date.
good, but I would say, yeah, if you wore that today, you'd probably do something slightly different. But
I would maybe
still
not
8
wear
out of
the
10.
not wear the red vest, and if I
Yeah.
had to do the pinstripe, I would just wear a black vest. So everything's black except the
And
white
I would
jacket.
see if that trim can go further. That black line can go down
all the way down.
Yeah, but honestly, with the shoes, like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Coordinated.
Yeah, and so I didn't think that one was that bad.
And you
I give
liked
this one
her,
an 8
so
out
it
of
was
10.
like good. You guys
Yeah.
were like dating. It
And
wasn't-
we had a great time at that prom.
That was your first
And
prom
then,
together?
Yes, my senior year, and
And
she
then-
was a junior.
So you went back again for her next prom.
Her senior prom, and I was a freshman in college. Yes, and that was my 5th one.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go, and then I'll get to my senior
Okay.
prom, or her senior prom. You should do 2. Give me 2 looks.
So this is junior prom for me. I still had no boyfriend. I didn't date anyone
So
till the end of my
Isaac-
senior year.
Isaac S number 1 said no
Is
the day
married to
after.
my
Isaac S
friend.
number 2 is married to your friend.
Yeah.
And so we're eventually going to get to Isaac S number 3,
right,
aren't
but
we?
we're not here yet.
Okay, we're still not at this point.
So junior year, I liked Isaac S number 3. At this point, we were really good friends, and I was like, cool.
he's really Isaac S1.
He's the only one I ever dated. But yeah,
Shaw is my Isaac S1.
he's married to my friend. So anyway, Okay, I liked this guy. We were close. We were friends. And I was like...
And you were close friends.
Yeah, I mean, we were on worship team together. We like carpooled. We both lived in the same... Yeah, we both lived 30 minutes away from school in the same town where not many people lived in Pataskala and commuted to Granville. So like...
Did you have your license at this time?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to drive until I was 17, Ian.
I drove when I was 15 and a half. So
No, we have different parents. So anyway, all the signs were pointing to this guy who has been texting me every single day, talking to me all the time. We're friends. We're in all the same social circles. All the signs are pointing he's going to ask me to prom because it was his senior year and my junior year. So I'm like...
so this is the me and Kelsey
I'm the
dynamic.
only girl he's like talking to. So I'm like, he's going to ask me any second now. One day we're like leaving worship practice together or something. And I casually was just like, what's your plan for prom?
Toss.
What's your plan for prom? And he was like, oh, one of my 5 sisters is getting married in Minnesota. So I'm not going to be there for my senior prom. And I was like, no. So it was fine. And he was kind of like, I think he was aware that that was my expectation. And I was like, oh, dang. Yeah. He's like, just go to prom with whoever. It'll be fun. And we were not dating. So it's like, I didn't like, have any obligation.
So you could ask somebody else.
Yeah, but I was like, dang, like, I don't really know who else I would ask. Everyone else was either taken or not into girls at that point. So it's just like, what are my options? So we were all in a musical.
And you probably didn't know a lot of people from other schools.
No, not really at all.
See, that's the thing about
like
my
Doug
school
Holland.
is like we had friends from other schools.
You were like, so the thing is with me, we had friends.
We had friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually knew people.
No, I like didn't. I didn't really know anyone at our church.
Because I almost went to like our rival school's prom as well.
No, like I didn't know anyone.
But I went to their homecomings. Yeah.
Except
that was like a thing.
Unless they lived in my neighborhood, it was like, yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, then we're all in this school musical. And so one of the guys who I didn't know, and I mean this kindly, I didn't know at all. His name was Wes. Wes, if you're watching, why did you ask me to prom? Respectfully. We didn't talk. We didn't know each other. The only connection we had was that he had randomly joined to do the musical just because we needed like more bodies. Guys. And it was like a warrior scenes. We needed more like guys look like guardsmen. That's pretty much it. He didn't sing, he didn't dance. He was just like one of the dudes on stage for a minute.
You needed a body.
We didn't talk. Maybe he said like hello like one time
because you were friendly.
And again, I'm crazy, so I'm like, what?
You're probably dancing and flipping on stage.
Oh yeah. I'm just like, what? So anyway, one time before drama practice, this guy Dallas, who was dating someone else, walks up to me and was like, hey, can we go on a walk? And I'm like, Dallas is like,
wasn't
cool.
Dallas like the guy?
He was cool. He was the you in high school. Someone who's like popular and like involved and everything.
I appreciate
and had a really
you saying
cool
that,
girl.
but...
He was dating the most popular girl in school, like all this stuff. So I'm like, why is Dallas talking to me? So he like takes me for this walk. He hands me like a jacket, and I was like, what? I was like, you're dating Tessie, right? Like, why are you touching my shoulder with a jacket? And he's like, how's it going? I'm like, what's happening? Walks me down to the back parking lot. We're like talking the whole time. Hands me like a rose or something. And I was like, I'm so confused right now. And then lo and behold, Wes is like standing out. I think it was drizzling in the rain by the like, what's it called? Like jungle gym set, like a playground. Yeah. And it's like, will you accept this rose and go to prom with me? Like on a sign.
So your bachelorette
and he had
moment.
like a rose in his mouth and he's just standing there. And I was
it was like slightly raining.
And I'm like, I don't know you. So it's like, sure.
So you gave him the pity yes that Isaac S gave you.
I was like,
the
sure,
first
I'll
Isaac
go to
S.
prom with you. But what was hilarious is that everyone knew that I was crushing on Isaac S.
And this is your senior year?
Junior
year. Okay, so you still have one more chance.
And so we go up back into practice. And the director and the assistant director and all the other people like, oh my gosh, congrats, Isaac. You asked him to go to prom finally.
Because you come back in with a rose and everything.
I'm holding a rose and a sign. And he's like, no, I didn't. And then I'm just sitting there like.
Because everyone knew that you and.
Apparently I'm going with Wes, who I've never spoken to.
Everyone knew that you and Isaac should have been together.
True. So then we go. Buddy, it's just.
Our cat is making sounds.
So anyway, we go. I get another hand-me-down dress. This is probably my worst dress look.
Oh man, worse than the orange one.
I look like an alligator. It was a free one. It's like
you have scales.
The sequins.
Wes is a good-looking dude. Though he's got the grin.
Oh yeah, he was
cut.
a fine dude. I just didn't know him at all. And
why do you have 16 layers of pearl necklaces?
Exactly. And I had to do the like gold heels. I thought that would be comfortable to dance in for 4 hours.
Those are really big heels.
They're disgusting. I got them at Plato's Closet. So at least like we matched well and all that. But
you look like an alligator with like a mermaid tail.
The drama of this night though was that like we danced for maybe half a slow song, and as we're like waddling, he like looks over towards like the kitchen at the venue, and he was like, "I'll be right back," and I'm like, "Okay," and he just like goes away, and so I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not kidding. The rest of the night, I just danced with my friends. I'm hanging out. I had no idea where he went. And then by the end of the night, he comes back. He goes, "Hey, I think I just got a job here for the summer." And I was like, "Oh, what?"
So he spent his prom doing a job application.
Yeah, I think so.
And just left you on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Luckily, you're a strong, independent woman and dance with your friends.
Yeah, that's a good one for
wow.
sure.
Oh, that outfit though.
All right, your turn.
Okay.
Next.
I got my last prom. So I'm a
do you
freshman.
have any other good dances to talk about too? We can do a final call.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, like our middle school dances and high school dances were just fun. I mean, my parents would chaperone a lot, but they were nice and would like be on the opposite side of the hall so I could boogie, get down.
Boogie.
And so if you have more stories, there's nothing too crazy. Okay, I have one about college. I can get into that one.
Do your senior prom.
So senior prom. Well, no, I'm a freshman. Yeah, I'm a freshman at technically Otterbein at this point. So I'm back in the area, and I'm still dating Kelsey. So my freshman year of college, I first go to Miami University, which is also where Kelsey is planning to go. And so we're like, this is perfect. So I'll just be there for a year and then she'll come and we'll both be at the same college. It's going to be great.
Cute. Very Troy and Gabriella.
Like we didn't choose the college because of that. I like at first didn't want to go to Miami, but then I got a good offer and all this stuff. And I don't know how I got in, but one semester there I transfer, I get a different offer from Otterbein, which is kind of illegal, for musical theater. So I transferred back. I was in the area and she asks me to her senior prom. And this outfit, I finally learned. Did
you not wear white this time?
I wore a clean, slick black tuxedo.
Nice.
Just black and white. And she wore this blue dress. And my hair was decent. And I finally learned.
Let's see it.
So
Let's see the look.
This one was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So,
that's clean.
Yeah. And so she looks
good.
Yeah, there it is. But like
nice.
Real slick.
Nice.
10 out of 10 for my outfit. Would wear again. I had a black bow tie.
Classy.
I think I even had the cummerbund probably.
Yeah.
The simple white flower on there. The
and
hair's
I like
not
her
bad.
Dress too. She had good dresses.
Yeah. And she did really well with like the simple jewelry to accent it. And the red and the blue work. She looked a little American.
Yeah.
With the white skin and the red, white, and blue going on. But we learned, had a great time. I think it was a really fun prom.
And then you broke up.
It was funny to go back. Well, we almost
like the summer after you broke up.
Yeah. And then the next summer. So it was like, probably would have been
a year after that, or like just a few months after that.
We started dating in like June, and we had celebrated almost 2.5 years. And so this would have been like, we were still dating when she graduated and went to Miami. And at this point I was at Ohio State my sophomore year. So my sophomore year, I transferred again, and she was at Miami and we were still dating. And then that fall we broke up. And then over Christmas break, we got back together for another 3 months and then broke up again. So overall it was like 2 years and 9 months, with maybe 2 months of breakup in the middle, and we got back together. But I drove down to Miami, broke up with her. And then when she was back over winter break, we like went to the zoo lights and stuff and got back together.
Okay.
So, but we were both out of high school at that point, so there was no more dances.
For like 2 years after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So maybe about a year and a half, but
did you
really
go to
fun dances and
any other dances after that one?
We had a lot of mutual friends and stuff too. So our friend group that we went with to prom was really fun because it was like a big thing to get the limousine and 12 of you pile in, you do dinners together. And she was in theater as well. So like it was a lot of our theater friends, which was really cool. We just had a blast, like real good groups.
I love it. I love the theater.
And then at that point I was in college, and I have one more story for after that. So go ahead, your turn.
Drama. Okay. I have very many like other short dresses, but they weren't that bad. This one, it's actually probably my best one. This was senior year, my prom. Now I finally had a boyfriend.
Which one?
Isaac as number 3. And this
the one that went away for the wedding.
Yes, this time he was in college and I was a senior in high school, so I felt like hot-ish because
Bringing
I was
back
like,
your college boyfriend.
College boyfriend. Finally, I found my style. Finally, I wasn't that annoying. Finally, I had good friends. It took a minute.
You look great.
I think I like this look a lot. I wore all black.
Oh, it's just slick black.
All black. It was long dress, but obviously this is like a short, picture. I liked my makeup. I did like a black smoky eye.
The eyes still look Hunger Games-esque.
No braces. Yeah. And then I think I did red heels.
Okay.
And he did like
piece.
a black suit with like a little red rose or something. So we look pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Do you have
on
a
this
picture
one.
with him as well?
Yeah, I can dig that up.
Yeah, you have to pull that one up for the people because we got to see what Isaac S. number 3 looks like.
Well, I'll blur it out for privacy.
No.
He's happily married now too, so we're all good.
Yeah.
Everyone's good.
Don't they have a kid on there or something too? I don't know.
I actually don't know. I don't like talk to him, so.
Oh, that's probably good.
But hilariously, I was on a prom court that year. And it's not because I was cool and popular. It was because at any point throughout high school, if you were ever on like the senior or the class court during homecoming court, and
So
we did
you
it
were
for
the
every
last-
grade, and we only had like 15 girls in our class. So all the popular girls already got senior, like homecoming court, prom court every other year. So by the time it was senior
It's like, well, who hasn't been nominated
I
yet?
guess India's one of the 3 that could get nominated.
Yeah. That is something I will say is I never once got nominated even for homecoming or prom court. Ever.
Really?
Ever.
That's like shocking to
Yeah,
me.
never once. I think our prom queen, gosh, there were a lot of different ones. I remember Sarah Lemansky and Marcus Kaplan. I think Marcus Kaplan was our prom king senior year. I remember Sana Kenny got it once. Kayla Heineke got it once.
You know so many good names.
Sana and Kayla, I think they got homecoming queens.
The vibe.
Oh, that looks great. Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, like we looked good.
Yeah, and you matched and it was simple.
And
Are
I
there
did
some
the
like little jewels on the
little
black?
red nails. Yeah, so this dress,
Yeah.
I actually still have it. It's like a high neck. I
give it a 10 out of 10.
I do too. I think it's a bridesmaid's dress, and this part had little black beads on it.
Yeah.
So it was really pretty. Like
yeah,
I actually
you would wear that again
it.
right now and it would look great.
I would. I actually
and I
think
would
it's
look good in that
upstairs.
suit, but Isaac,
Yeah.
you killed it. Good job.
Slay. And that's
It's well
on-
balanced. There's just like little
Growing
pieces
up.
of red.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a good look. It was a fun one. I did my hair myself, all that good stuff.
What I was going to say about Kayla and Sana is they were
Yeah.
homecoming queens and they had to do a fundraiser. So they did our first annual Quidditch match and they put on a Quidditch match between the grades.
That's fun.
And then the rival high school homecoming queens did it as well at Hayes. And then the winning ones of each school, which both was the senior class, versed each other for a fundraiser.
But
and they raised thousands
do
and
you
thousands
think
of
there's
dollars.
a
They sold
way-
chocolate frogs. They did the whole thing.
Is there a way to like do Quidditch now, like with all our technology of like getting on one of those hoverboards? and playing?
Maybe. We just had to have a broom between our legs and we
And
had like
run
dodgeball
around.
and circles. And
I
what you
wanna play
did was
Quidditch.
the snitch was a cross country runner that you chose. And they would put like a sock with a tennis ball, and they would get a head start. And they were the
Crazy.
only ones that could go anywhere on the grounds. And you sent your seeker out, which was your best cross country runner, to try to catch them.
That's crazy.
And while everyone else played Quidditch on the football field. So really, really fun stuff. But I have one more story of dances
And I have one last special one,
before.
and then I'm done.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead with yours.
Okay.
And then
But yeah,
I'll
I
wrap
liked your
up.
dress. I want to see you in
Thanks.
that one again.
Yeah, if I could ever fit into a size 2 again, all in, honey. Yeah.
Amazing. This one we actually just talked about a couple weeks ago when we were in New York.
Mhm.
My last drama dance story was in college at Miami. And I don't know why they do this, but it's every 3 years. They do a big ball at Miami University.
Mhm.
And it's called the Charter Day Ball. And so I was really lucky because I had it on the 3-year split where I could do it my freshman year and my senior year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is really weird
Yeah.
that it would be only.
If it was every 4 years, then you could do it like once during your college career. You'd
Right.
use, whatever year it happened to land
Hmm.
on. But I ended up, I think, not going my freshman year, but senior year, because I had transferred out from Otterbein to Otterbein. But my senior year, I was dating a girl that lived in Chicago. And I got the tickets, got the outfit, all that stuff. And then she broke up with me right before the dance. Shout out Tori.
We're just name dropping all the way.
we gotta drop all the names. But yeah, her and I dated for like 4 or 5 months, and then she broke up with me right before the dance. And I was like, dang, I want to go to this dance. I want to hang out with my friends. It's like the only college dance that we have. And so I was like, I should still probably just go and hang out with my friends. But I had 2 tickets. And I was talking with my god sister, Christine Penica, at the time, like just chatting.
Christine.
She's a family friend. She's like a sister to me. And she was just like, well, I don't want to leave you alone. Like, do you want me to come? Like, just as friends, like this, we grew up together. And I was like, you know what? That sounds fun. So she flies. This is like the night before.
Christine.
Yeah. And so she flies from New York. She was living in New York with her family and
to Miami, Ohio.
To Miami of Ohio. And I think she had to fly into Columbus though. And like I drove up, picked her up and came back down.
Aww,
and
she's the best.
She was like, the only dress I really have here at college is this one. And it was like, it was pretty. It was mostly black with like pink and blues and greens or whatever. And I had a tie that matched it from high school. So we just went and we had a good time. And
but you left early.
She's correct because I missed my friend's engagement.
Someone proposed on the stage at this dance and it's huge. There was like hundreds of people there and those people are our friends.
Yeah.
And you missed their proposal.
I did. Yeah.
But I
wasn't that close with them then.
Yeah.
And but we're like really good friends now and I missed it.
I think that was so iconic.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
But shout out Christine. She flew actually one of your last podcasts, you had Sue Penica, and so was her daughter. And she covered for me, let me be a date and
awesome.
like let me have a date
have
there.
That one?
And I'd have to pull that one up, and I can show it to you for
we'll
but
add it in.
It like 10 out of 10 outfit. I wore this like slick black. I finally found pants that fit me.
I feel like once we were in college, it was like, I mean, I still have embarrassing college looks, but I'm like, okay, like now I know how to put together a proper outfit.
Correct.
And not look so disgusting.
Yeah. And so I'll give you that one as well to put up. But
Cute.
that was the last like formalized dance that I think I went to. We need more like
adult dances.
Yeah, like
we need more balls.
We need more balls.
Okay, this is my last one. It's honestly fine. This was just one of those like homeschool youth group dances, and I brought my friend Elizabeth because I was like, just come to this dance with me, and like it was just one of those things you bring all your friends. It's like a safe environment because all you do is like cha-cha slide. But I thrifted this dress and it was like gold and brown and shimmery and pretty and short. And I like it.
Short.
I don't regret the dress, but the hair. I was like,
oh no.
Let me try this thing I saw on Pinterest where you like roll up your curls and then you like make a little ball and then you put a pin in it. Uh-huh.
And it's all on one side of your head.
Yeah, I thought I was cool. I was different.
I like the dress though.
The
it's
dress
like
was
it
cute.
covers nicely.
Yeah, I like the dress. And it had a cool little keyhole back situation, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this you and Christine?
Yeah.
Christine! That's such a good dress.
Yeah. And
She's
Christine
gorgeous.
did like competitive like ballroom dancing
That's
in college. So it
she
was
just pulled
nice
that out of her
to
closet. She's like, 1 second, I already have this.
Yeah. And
You guys
so
are great.
it was like super fun to dance and stuff because she can dance.
2015, that was the year of my senior prom. That was when I
And that was my
graduated.
senior of college dance.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, this was fun going down memory lane.
Yeah.
High school, what a time.
Yeah, I think we both just struggled with the hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I always did updos looking at all that. I'm like, I never
But
had
you
my
have
hair
such
down.
like nice curly hair. I wish you left it down.
And
But
I really, for our wedding, wanted it to be down. But
I know.
I was losing it. I had a bald spot.
But your hair at our wedding looked beautiful.
Maybe
I think we both learned by our wedding.
Maybe when we have our 10-year wedding anniversary party, it'll be long and I can do a backless dress.
So you got to cut it now so it grows back because she's been wanting to cut her hair for a while.
It's the whole thing. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. How was your prom? How was your homecoming? I need links. I need photos. I need drama. Put it below.
And feel free in the comments down below to rank our outfits. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see them, and don't judge us too hard because again, this was the early 2000s.
No, you can judge us. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks guys.
Thanks.
Hope you have a great everything. Bye.